Pick up every corner. What you gonna do?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oke guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
Good morning, Prof, Sir, and my friends.
Morning.
We are from Group 4, and here we will present material about contemporary challenges and issues in the education profession atau tantangan dan isu kontemporer dalam profesi pendidikan. Okay, next slide please. Okay, but before that, here are our members of the group. And first is me, Makfiratur Rahma Jusman, as the first speaker. And as the second speaker is Nadia Makfirah. As the third speaker is Krista Octavia. As the fourth speaker is Hasriani. As the fifth speaker is Hijra Putri Ananda. And the last speaker is Muhammad Afrian. Next slide, please. So, there is a table of content of our material. There is common challenges teacher face, impact of technology on learning practices, definition of inclusion and its challenges, student behavior problems, online learning, increased interest in reading, the importance of teacher professional development, and teachers' role in supporting students' mental health. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So, langsung saja. The first material is common challenges teachers face. So, while the challenges as a teacher are inevitable, they can be overcome with the right approach. Successful teachers are those who continue to learn and develop themselves, collaborate with peers, and seek out available resources and support. Next slide, please. So, there is several factors of common challenges teachers face. Okay, and the first is lack of preparation for teaching. Lack of preparation for teaching create and design the overall learning activities that will be done per week and per month so that you can know what to prepare. Jadi Jadi sebagai guru tentunya kita harus punya plan dalam mengajar untuk 1 tahun ajaran ke depan. Jadi guru yang kurang persiapan dalam mengajar dapat merugikan perkembangan siswa secara akademis. Sebelum tahun ajaran dimulai, guru bisa membuat RPP atau rencana persiapan pengajaran, menyiapkan perangkat atau media pembelajaran sampai bahan evaluasi materi. And the second is diverse student behaviors atau perilaku siswa yang beragam. Help them to learn better and concentrate more in class. Jadi sebagai guru, kita juga harus melihat siswa yang kurang baik di kelas, seperti yang suka tidur di kelas, ribut, ataupun tidak memerhatikan penjelasan dari guru. Bantu mereka supaya bisa menjelaskan pembelajaran dengan lebih baik dan konsentrasi di kelas. Agar pembelajaran di kelas menjadi kondusif, siswa harus belajar disiplin dan bertanggung jawab.
Online. Pak.
And the third is help discover students' interests and talents, atau bantu temukan minat dan bakat siswa. By channeling students' interests and talents appropriately, it can improve student learning and motivation. Jadi, guru harus membantu siswa dalam menemukan bakat, minat, dan potensinya. Dengan tersalurnya minat dan bakat siswa secara tepat dapat meningkatkan pembelajaran dan motivasi belajar siswa. Lalu sebaliknya, kalau tidak dikelola dengan tepat akan menimbulkan masalah bagi siswa, guru, bahkan sekolah. Yang keempat is students' concentration is lacking. Try to make learning more interesting so that they can focus on learning. Jadi guru bisa membuat pelajaran lebih inovatif seperti dengan memanfaatkan teknologi. Pakai media pembelajaran yang menarik seperti dengan video, tutorial, menonton film sains, atau memberi tugas secara online. Guru juga bisa melatih diri dengan mengikuti seminar-seminar atau workshop serta bertukar pikiran dan pengalaman dengan sesama guru supaya dapat lebih banyak ilmu. And the five is creative teaching atau pengajaran yang kreatif. Use engaging learning media such as video tutorials, watching scenes movies, and giving online assignments. Jadi, guru bisa membuat pelajaran lebih inovatif seperti dengan memanfaatkan teknologi. Pakai media pembelajaran yang menarik seperti dengan video tutorial, menonton film sains, atau memberi tugas secara online. Guru bisa melatih diri dengan mengikuti seminar-seminar atau workshop serta bertukar pikiran dan pengalaman dengan sesama guru supaya dapat lebih banyak ilmu. Next slide, please. Okay, and the sixth is lack of interaction in lessons atau kurang menjadi contoh. Jadi guru yang hanya fokus menerangkan tanpa materi, tanpa memberi kesempatan siswa untuk bertanya atau berdiskusi, sehingga suasana kelas menjadi kaku dan membosankan. Jadi guru di sekolah itu adalah panutan dan orang tua kedua bagi siswa. Jadi siswa adalah peniru yang handal. Untuk guru, jangan melakukan tindakan yang kurang tepat di depan siswa. Jangan mengatakan kata-kata kasar atau kotor, menghina siswa, sering terlambat masuk kelas, dan lain-lain. Jadi sebisa mungkin, guru ini mengatakan hal-hal baik meskipun sedang marah atau kesal dengan siswa tertentu. Yang ketujuh adalah student observability atau daya serap siswa. Jadi, teachers should motivate and inspire students to learn and give them time to understand more. Jadi, setiap siswa memiliki kemampuan yang berbeda-beda dalam memahami dan menguasai pelajaran. Jadi, oleh karena itu, guru tidak bisa memaksakan siswa untuk langsung paham. Jadi, guru harus memberikan motivasi dan inspirasi kepada siswa untuk belajar dan memberi waktu untuk lebih memahami pelajaran tersebut. Yang kedelapan is less of an example. Jadi, kurang menjadi contoh. Yang keenam tadi adalah kurang interaksi dalam pelajaran. Jadi, contoh isu yang ke-8 ini yaitu seorang guru yang sering terlambat masuk kelas, namun memarahi siswa yang datang terlambat sehingga menimbulkan kesan yang tidak adil bagi para siswa. Jadi, guru di sekolah adalah panutan dan orang tua kedua bagi siswa. Jadi, siswa adalah untuk guru jangan melakukan tindakan yang kurang tepat di depan siswa. Jangan mengatakan kata kasar atau kotor, menghina siswa, sering terlambat masuk kelas, dan lain-lain. Yang kesembilan is student lack of discipline. Both teachers and students must be disciplined towards time, towards assigning tasks, towards learning activities, and others. Jadi, disiplin adalah salah satu sikap penting yang harus dimiliki oleh setiap orang. Baik guru ataupun siswa harus disiplin terhadap waktu, terhadap tugas yang diberikan, terhadap kegiatan belajar, dan yang lain-lain. Jadi mengajar di kelas yang siswanya disiplin dengan baik pasti akan terasa lebih mudah dibandingkan siswa yang tidak disiplin. Memiliki siswa yang kurang disiplin adalah tantangan tersendiri bagi guru. Kita harus bisa mengubah perilaku mereka jadi lebih baik. And the last is facing the development of learning technology. Jadi, menghadapi perkembangan teknologi dalam pembelajaran. Teachers are required to be more adaptive and keep up with the times. However, there is often a lack of funds, resources, or time to implement each new technology. Jadi, contohnya seperti sebuah sekolah ingin menerapkan sistem pembelajaran berbasis tablet untuk semua siswa, namun terkendala oleh kurangnya pelatihan untuk guru dan infrastruktur jaringan yang belum memadai. Jadi, teknologi pembelajaran itu terus berubah setiap tahun. Ada banyak aplikasi, situs web, dan alat teknologi baru yang diciptakan untuk meningkatkan proses pembelajaran. Jadi, guru biasanya dituntut untuk lebih adaptif dan bisa mengikuti perkembangan zaman. Namun, seringkali terjadi kekurangan dana, sumber daya, atau waktu untuk mengimplementasikan setiap teknologi baru. Okay, that's explanation for me. And the next material will be presented by my friend Nadia Makfira. Nadia Makfira, time is yours.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The impact of technology on learning practice. Technology has changed the way teachers teach by providing access to various digital tools and platforms that can enrich the learning process. With learning platforms, teachers can organize classes online, provide interactive learning materials, and conduct evaluation through digital quizzes and assignments. The positive impact of teaching technology on learning practice. The first is emergence of electronic media as a source of knowledge and center of education. This means that the teacher is not the only source of knowledge, so student learning does not need to be fixated on the information taught by the teacher. The second is emergence of new learning methods. With the advancement of technology, new methods are created by make students able to understand the material quickly. Third is the learning system does not have to be face-to-face. With the existence of various video conference applications, learning is delivered not necessarily face-to-face. Fourth is the existence of a data processing system for assessment result that uses the use of technology. With the development of science and technology, all work previously done manually and took a long time is not easy to do. And fifth is fulfillment of need for educational facilities can be met quickly. In the world of education, of course, many things and material must be prepared. Next is negative impact. First, e-learning may lead to the displacement of teacher. With the many learning resources available on the internet, students can search for knowledge on the internet. Second is learners can be exposed to information overload. Instead of utilizing information technology optimally, but instead accessing things that are not good, such as pornography and online games. Third is frequent access to internet is fair and that learners to do utilize information technology optimally. With so much information available on the internet, learners are willing to spend hours collecting and organizing information. Fourth is learners can become addicted of cyberspace existence, become antisocial. This can have happen if learners do not have a skeptical and critical attitude towards anything new. Five is cybercrime. In education, the theft of important documents or assigns about education secret can occur if the security system is not in place. Secrets can occur if the security system is not tight. Okay, that's all from me. I give it back to moderator.
Okay, thank you Nadia Makfira for the explanation. And the next material will be presented by Krista Octavia. Krista Octavia, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator. And I will continue our discussion and will explain about the role of teachers in students' mental health. I will start. Mental health of students is an important aspect that affects their academic success and overall well-being. Good mental health helps students manage stress, improve concentration, and build healthy social relationships in the school environment. From Daniel Goleman. Next slide, please. And the first, the role of teachers in student mental health. The first are exemplary figures. Teachers should have a good personality and serve as a models for students. The next, nurturing with compassion. Teachers should show warmth, sensitivity, and reliability towards students, helping them feel safe and comfortable in school environment. The third, helping to promote physical and mental health in children. In addition to mental health, physical fitness is also important. Physically healthy children tend to be more careful, active, and able to grasp lessons more easily. And the next, assisting in managing stress in students. Teachers should assist students in managing stress by explaining that stress can be a tool for growth rather than a threat. And the next, role in social and psychological development. Teachers need to understand the emotional, psychological, and behavioral changes in students. They help students adapt to their social environment. The next, formation of spiritual balance. Teachers also play a role in spiritual education, teaching tolerance among religion and helping to build good moral. The next, conducive school environment. A disciplined and orderly school atmosphere helps shape good attitudes and behavior in students. Conversely, a chaotic school environment can negatively affect students' mental health. And the last, teachers' role in addressing learning difficulties. Teachers are crucial in helping students overcome learning difficulties that may stem from biological, psychological, and environmental factors. Overall, teachers play a very important role in supporting students' mental health, physical, social, and spiritual well-being. Next slide, please. And the next is step to support students with mental health issues. The first, building empathic relationships. Be a good listener. By listening without judgment, you provide students with the space to talk about their feelings. The second, creativity in learning. Offering variety in teaching methods and providing different options for completing assignments can help students with mental health challenges feel more comfortable. The third, providing a safe place. Ensure that students know you are there for them. Create an environment where they feel comfortable expressing their emotion. And the fourth, collaborating with experts. If necessary, collaborative with school counselors or mental health professionals to provide more effective support. And the last, recognition and praise. Frequently acknowledging students' effort and praising their achievement can help build their self-confidence. That's all from me. I return it to moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Krista Octavia, for the explanation. And the next material will be presented by my friends Hasrani. Hasrani, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Before I explain, can you hear my voice, guys?
Yes, that's clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I want to discuss about improving teacher professional competence. So there are 3 points how to improve teacher professional competence. And the first point is teacher professionalism. What do mean? Teaching one of the profession that must be done professional. This is a principle of professionalism to support their quality of knowledge. And the next, number 2, technological, social, and cultural. So this is important because the teacher learn new knowledge. And teacher is also to how to use technology. And the last, number 3, student character. Now this is about character of their student because from generation to generation, the character of student changes. So the teacher must understand the teacher character well. The next slide, please. Okay, about the next slide, please, about the impact on professional teacher, about how to develop teacher professional skills. Slide 18. Ya, sebelahnya. Okay, thank you. So I will continue, guys. How to develop teacher professional skills. I have 3 points I want to discuss. The first point is about continue education.
Online. Online ngajar online. Ya.
Education
Habis tawuran kemarin di kampus jadi ditutup.
improve teacher knowledge and professionalism by continue their education, and this is can also increase teacher
Ya.
education. Number 2, join the teacher community. With join community, the teacher can improve their professional strategies and can be participating in activities to upgrade their skills.
Motor ada, motornya mau kayak bapak pulang.
Then
Boleh menyeberang
learning
sendiri bapak bahaya.
training. With this is the teacher can